I'm filming this. Pimples, shit hair, stain on my job. I'm guilty of doing the thing again where I never film an opening clip for the vlog because I'm like, I'll film it when I look better, and then I never look better. I just continue looking like Bart. So hi. I'm just doing a chill vlog where I am rolling the Bookopoly board as I go, which means I roll the board, I pick a book, I read said book, then I roll again, pick a book, read the book, continue on. So it's gonna be lots of fun, gonna be random book picks, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully it's fun. And yeah, I apologize for this terrible opening clip. Oh, Tilly, hi. Oh, do you want to say hello? Oh, Daddy's very sweet, hey? Can you hear that? This is so random, like, okay. Yeah, thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and yeah, I'm now gonna be stuck in this chair for hours until Tilly decides to move. Alright, let's do this. I have this little tiger as my piece that I'm moving around the board because it's literally all I have. I got this for my vlog where I was reading books from Thailand, so I got it handmade from Etsy from Thailand, and I love it. So I'm gonna have its paw on the spot that I'm on because it's a bit big for the little spot. Alrighty, let's do our first roll. 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, nice. Small. Under 300 pages. Hi, Tilly. Are you having fun? I don't think she's having fun. I'm literally doing 3 vlogs at the moment, and I don't even know which vlog update I'm about to do. Like, pick one of 3. Any 3 will do. Should probably fix my hair. So I decided to go with Belle and the... I don't really know. Like, Boo? Bow? Bew, right? Beow? Bier? I don't fucking know. My edition's actually just called Belle, but I prefer this cover, so I'm gonna pretend I'm reading that edition because it's really adorable. So this is obviously a Beverly Jenkins book, who is one of my favorite historical romance authors, and I actually haven't read any of her books this year, which is really weird because I read like 6 or something last year, so that looks really horrendous. I really need to cut my hair. Anyway, let's not go into it. So yeah, it's really weird that I haven't read on my reading with Beverly Jenkins because I love her books. So this is one of 2 books that she wrote for this like Avon series that was for like YA books. Yeah, this is one of Beverly Jenkins' ones, and it is like 290 something pages, so it's just under 300 pages, so it counts. So yeah, I'm excited to read this. It's about heavy hitting and has a lot of heavy topics by looks of things, as do all of her books, which is something that I really love and appreciate about her books. I feel like a lot of historical romances, at least that I've been reading, sort of glamorize the time periods and gloss over like the bad parts, but I think Beverly Jenkins writes things really like historically accurate. She talks about, you know, racism, slavery, but she also writes wholesome, beautiful romances about characters with agency, characters who are brave, characters who fight against these things and find love. And it's really like, it's so weird because they're really hard-hitting books, but they're also wholesome, which is something that I just love about them. I think that she crafts characters really well. Something that I love in her books is her villains are often women, and they're really awful, and I love it. I just think that like it's so cool that she just nearly always writes female villains, and I feel like in every book there's always like an annoying female character, and I don't know why, I just like, it's become like a comfort for me, and I think that's really weird and probably unhealthy. Should probably get that looked into. But yeah, so this one's about a young girl who is a runaway slave, and she's found by this family, and they kind of take her in. They're a family that often take in slaves who have run away or been traded out and are trying to, you know, find freedom and find a new start, and they kind of help with like getting records that look authentic so that they can prove that they're not slaves. Yeah, they give this main character an opportunity to have a life, and it's her romance with the family's son. Yeah, I'm really excited to see her write a YA. I have finished, I'm just going to say Belle because I don't know what the last word is. And I think this might be my favorite Beverly Jenkins book I've ever read. And I kind of want to give it 5 stars, but I'm selling on a 4.5 because, as I said before, I love the villains that she has in these that are often like horrible women. But I feel like because this one's YA, so the characters are like later teens, I feel a little bit icky about it because it feels more like girl hate. When I read YA, I do think about the YA audience because that's who it is directed at, and I do hate reading about that kind of thing in YA books. Like, I know that girls can be awful to each other and that's something that girls can relate to, but I feel like I would have liked a little bit of redemption or something with this character rather than it being this kind of pitting two girls at each other, because it was kind of a love triangle situation as well, and I just didn't really like it. It made me feel a little bit icky because it is a YA, and I just sort of think, I don't know what the purpose of this was. I don't think it accomplished something. The main character is really lovely, which I really loved her. She was just like adorable cinnamon roll, so sweet. So it wasn't really like too catty, but like even still, she, you know, she really liked the guy in this and she was in the way and she was awful and didn't have the same values as him. Also, something with the way this was written, which I don't know if other books are like this, but it was, I don't know what it's called, I know there's a name for it, with the narrative or like perspective, where we were in the, like, the Diviners is written like this, and I don't always love it. I think it's easy when you're actually physically reading, but when you're just like listening to it, it can be a little bit harder to follow along. It's where like the perspective just changes within the narrative. It isn't like this chapter's this person and then this next chapter's that person. Like, it will change, and it changed a lot and it got a little bit confusing. It was just between the two main characters, but it was a little bit like, wait, what? And then you're like, oh wait, it must have changed, but I didn't pick up on it. So I didn't love that as well. But the actual characters, like the main two characters, the plot, I think was really good for teens, and I like really enjoyed it. It was super cute. You know, it's about bravery, it's about second chances, it's about self-worth, self-love. It's about being strong and brave. It's about when you are being treated badly by someone, you know, standing up for yourself and not losing your self-respect because of that, and being proud of who you are and learning to come into your own, and knowing that just because you've had a bad start in life doesn't mean that defines you, doesn't mean that that is who you are. And it's educational, but it's not sad. Like, despite that setting, it is this hopeful, really cute little like YA love story, which is really, really cute. So she, yeah, has a romance with the family that takes her in's son, and he's really passionate about helping, you know, runaway slaves, ex-slaves, and he helps his family with like what they're doing with saving people. I loved the romance, I loved the story, I loved the setting. Again, the main character was just so cute. I just like loved her. You just wanted to wrap her up in a hug. And like her relationship with the guy's mom was so sweet because she was such a headstrong, brave, proud woman, and you know, the heroine really looked up to her and wanted to be like her, and I thought that was such a positive, sweet relationship. So yeah, I gave this 4.5 stars. I think this might be my favorite. I'm not sure. It's tossing up between that and Vivid, which I did really like as well, so I'm not sure which of those two I preferred, but I gave them both 4.5. Yeah, I really enjoy her books, and I'm so happy I finally read one, because again, it's been ages since I've read one, and now I just want to go back to binging her books. So we'll see, maybe I'll read another one of her books during this playing of Bookopoly. So I need an audiobook. So let's do our next roll and figure out what I'm going to be reading. Let's do this. Let's do our... Oh my god, I'm so bad at getting this in focus. Okay. Let's do our next roll. 4, 5, 6. So we're on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buildings. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what that means. Is it a book with like a building on the cover? I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch the video. Figure out what that is. That actually took me so long to find something. I don't know why that was so hard. Anyway, I found a middle grade because I was like, maybe I just want to listen to a nice, easy middle grade, because I can't seem to find something that I really want to read in that category, and I don't know if I want to commit to something a bit longer. So I've gone with The Secrets of the Silver Lion, which is a Carmen Sandiego novel. I've looked up and that's a Netflix series, so I thought this would be fun. It's just like a little middle grade mystery about this chick detective. This is the kind of thing I loved to watch as a child. Like, I was looking up the show and I was like, oh my god, this is literally what I would have loved when I was little. So yeah, I've got that from Libby, so I'm gonna listen to that. gosh. I look as crap as I feel. Don't be so dramatic. So yeah, I've been really busy. I mowed, I hung up all my dresses, I've done a bunch of other stuff in the bedroom. The mowing took like an hour and a half because we have a massive backyard and then there's still a front yard. So that took a little while, but I got it done and I've been doing a bunch of washing. It's been a very busy day. I've been very productive, and because of that, I have finished Secrets of the Silver Lion. I didn't expect to finish it that quick, but here we are. I actually really loved this. It was super cute. So yeah, we follow Carmen, and she kind of grew up in this like on this island where they kind of trained kids to be criminals. So she doesn't have a family, and she ended up not going ahead with being a criminal when she left, and she is now kind of like a detective. So she's really smart and has been trained with lots of, you know, skills and everything. This story is about this like throne being taken from a museum, and she's like investigating who stole it, trying to get it back, and it kind of also leads into the Silver Lion, which has also disappeared, and she's trying to find that as well. So it's not the most original plot, so because of that I didn't end up giving it 5 stars. I gave it 4 stars just because, yeah, I don't think the plot was super original. But I really enjoyed this. It read like an episode of a show. I think this would be so good for kids because it's really fun, it's fast paced, it's easy to get through, and it talks about some really intense topics but in a palatable way for children, which I really appreciated. It talks a lot about like colonization, how so many things are taken from groups of people to put in museums and things without the consent of the people that, you know, that it belongs to. And it kind of talks about, yes, museums do allow people to look and learn about history, but it should be at the consent of these groups of people. It should also be accessible to these people if they so decide to put it in a museum. So it kind of talked about that, about stealing from people, stealing land, stealing rights, colonization basically. And the topics, again, were palatable for children and really important. Carmen's a really cool character. It talked also a lot about how she doesn't have a family, and talking about, you know, other characters who don't have a family and her trying to find a family, trying to find a place in the world where she belongs, where she's cared about. So that was really heartfelt. And yeah, it was just really fun. Like, she went on this mission and it had lots of clues and stuff. So it was really good. I gave it, yeah, 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting to like this much. I just kind of randomly chose it and I'm really happy with it. That's awesome. I've already read 2 books for my Rolling As I Go Bookopoly. So I'm now going to do another roll and see what I end up getting. Okay, let's do this. What are we going to get this time? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we were there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Favorite genre? That's a good one. Oh my god. So I don't actually know what my favorite genre is. I suppose it's romance because I read a lot of that, but I love like contemporary fiction, fantasy. I love a lot of things. I think that my main 2 genres are probably fantasy and romance, so I thought maybe a fantasy romance would be a good pick. So I'm gonna go with Princess of Blade and Blood. This is by Angela J. Ford, and I read another book by her. I'll put it here. That was a novella, and I really liked that, so I've been wanting to read more of her books. I'm looking at this and this might be more YA, but that's fine. I like YA. I'm assuming there'll be a romance in this anyway. And this is about a girl called Evie, and she's abandoned by her parents and raised by centaurs, which is really cool. And when she turns 18, she decides that she wants to leave, be reunited with humans, and she ends up finding out who her mother is, and so it's kind of her going on this journey to find her mother. I think she ends up being a princess.
Really?
And I think that she has magical powers that she doesn't know about as well. So I think this will be fun. Hi, so the shitty kitchen cooking vlog clips are apparently back. If you don't know what the hell I was just talking about, this kitchen doesn't want to play along, obviously. Yeah, it's the first one in my new kitchen, but I thought while I was cooking I would chat to you guys about Princess of Blood and Blade. Anyway, yes, I have now finished it. I didn't love this as much as the novella I read by this author, but I did still really enjoy this. The funny thing is that something I really loved about the novella was the writing. I really liked her writing that. And with this one, it's the writing that I feel like held this back, which is really strange. So I'm not really sure why that's happening in this case. I do think that the narrator in this was really monotone and emotionless, and that didn't really help with the experience. But I just felt like a lot of the writing was very stilted and fake. Like, hi, how are you? I'm good. That is wonderful. Like that kind of thing. What just happened? So yeah, I just feel like so much of it felt like a first draft kind of thing. And the main character gets tortured at one point, and they don't seem like they've just been through something traumatic like that. Like, they just talk the same and act the same, and I'm just like, give me some more substance, you know, because this is a really traumatic thing this character's been through, and you're acting like nothing's happened, you know? So yeah, I just feel like it was very basic writing, which made me a little bit sad because I thought the writing in the novella was really, really good. So I'm a little bit confused. Maybe the editing of this one was a bit rushed. I'm not sure, because also I just noticed some things with the writing. Because you do a lot. I know there's like a word for this, but I don't know what it is. So in other words, I'm a dumbass. But we already knew this. Overemphasize something. So you'll be like, there was a scene where something really shocking had happened, and it was like, he reacted shocked. And like, we can understand, okay, he's reacting shocked to that shocking thing that just happened. But then she'd be like, explain what he was shocked about, even though like we can, you know, we can put the two together. So it would be like, he was shocked at her having said that thing. Yeah, like there was just so much overemphasis that a lot of meanings got lost because that was overwritten, and it made things being told to us rather than shown. I always am more lenient with writing when it's self-published, like indie, rather than traditionally published. But other than that, I think it was pretty good. I think that it was a really fun story though, so I still rated it pretty good, maybe like 3.5 stars I'll settle on, which I think is still a really good rating. And it was really fun, kind of like episodic at times, where she got trapped by different people. There were lots of, you know, situations she had to get herself out of. So like the actual plot and, you know, the world and the story and characters were really fun. There was lots of different like creatures and stuff. So it was very lush in the actual story, which I really liked. So yeah, like I actually still had a really good time with it, and I kind of just want to keep reading it. Like honestly, I kind of just want to pick up the second book. So I will. Honestly, something I noticed though was I felt so sad for the main character. Like it was a kind of story where you just felt really bad for the main character because she was so lonely, and something happens about a third of the way through, I think, or maybe halfway, that's really, really sad. Obviously, as I said before, there is torture. So she goes through so much, and I feel like she's so alone for the majority of it. And even when she's starting to build relationships, there's always this layer of, I don't know if I can trust this person, and we don't know if she can trust them. And there is this layer as well. And, you know, she has grown up with centaurs and she misses them, but she knows she has to find people and find her purpose and, you know, fulfill this thing. But she kind of misses the centaurs. That's all she's ever known in her life. It was a lonely kind of story. Like you felt really sad for her because she was alone a lot in the things she was experiencing, but you start to see her building genuine relationships, which is really nice. Yeah, like I feel like the author did still build that really well. Like I really, really felt immersed in that aspect of the story, which again, I thought was done really well. So I actually had a really good time. 3.5 stars is not bad. If it wasn't for those writing things, it would probably have been a 4. Please ignore what's going on here. I have decided, God, I'm announcing it like I've made some big decision in my life. I'm actually gonna end the vlog here. I thought I would try and fit in one more book, but I just don't see it happening. So I will be inserting my next roll at the start of next week's vlog. So I will be doing again another Bookopoly Rollers Like Go vlog, and I'm hoping to get more read next week because I have been working on 2 physical books at the same time as these books I've been reading for the Bookopoly. So yes, that's my plans. Thank you for being here for this vlog. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed me rolling as I go for Bookopoly, because I could honestly do stuff like this with my TBR game. I could do my TBR game roll as I go. Yeah, I think the spontaneousness is really fun, and it also makes it feel like I'm mood reading because I'm picking as I go. Even though I've got to fit a prompt, I feel like I'm mood reading, which is nice and fun. But yeah, that is gonna do it. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope that you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in another video very soon. But until then, bye.